Okay, so as I'm here eating, and the cats smell dinner in the air. Um, let's make a character, right? it's already almost 2 hours into the broadcast, but we had an amazing conversation in that first part. Oh my gosh. Was yesterday towel day? I don't know if I'm following you, Delcorn. All right, we're gonna roll percentile. Oh, is there music in the back? There should be some music going on in the background. Oh, it is kind of faint. It's very atmospheric because we're on an orbital platform right now. Oh yeah, I posted a link for some music that was appropriate to the conversation at the time. You've been lurking while working on monster templates for your game? Well, thank you for lurking, Dr. Freakface. What kind of monsters are you working on? Oh, that towel day. Yeah, from Hitchhiker's Guide. Tribute to Douglas Adams by his fans. On this day, fans openly carry a towel with them, as described in Adams' Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, to demonstrate their appreciation. Well, shame on me. I should have been carrying around a towel. So maybe next year. It was, and you didn't even have your towel, Delcorn. You always bring a towel. Towels are so handy to have around. Okay. Male, female, or multi-class character? 43. Ooh, just a hair under. So this is a four female party. Right? Yeah. Female half elf, who was as we were talking about, she kind of fits the profile for a high elf as her half. Then a high elf, then a high elf, and now, well, we'll find out with a D10 roll. Number 10 is a reroll because there's only 9 races. Number 9 is a tiefling. And then here we have our paladin of the ancients, Mern Duthodane, and he's rolling around in this party. Suddenly, I'm getting attention for some reason. Why ever could that be? Human soldiers for the Holy Empire, you know, the true good ones. Oh, Dark Wolf, that's right. Sorry about that. I derped out. So, Dark Wolf had made a request. Pardon me again. Dark Wolf had made a request that because her sisters had graduated from school here. Hi. Since today was their graduation day, she had asked that because it's 2018, we use the numbers 2, 1, and 8 on the random character today. And, pardon me. Yeah, memory lapse. We got the, our store got in the whatever the special cover edition in last week. Or earlier, I should say. Yeah, there's a lot of fun content in their memory. And I can go over it again too. Oh my gosh. When the main book comes out with the normal cover, we can do an in-depth plunge if you'd like. Eating on stream is dangerous. Oh my gosh. Cats and accidental, accidental hazards for your keyboard. You have a normal cover one? Oh. If I confused the date, then I'm sorry. Thank you, memory. Then, yeah, if I look, this was a very derpy week for me. After last weekend and losing Sophie, and then this week, I built up into a really bad summer cold, and now I'm just kind of on the back end. I'm sorry if I haven't been all together up here. So that very well could have been the case. So Dark Wolf had asked that I was gonna say in loving memory. I am not wishing that. Not in the context of how that's normally used. To help celebrate the graduation of her two sisters, and as they're gonna go out into the world and do whatever they're gonna do, that we use the numbers 2, 1, and 8 in order to generate a character. So I reckon that we'll still stick with female if we're gonna do a tribute to Dark Wolf and her sisters. And Dark Wolf, thank you for being a moderator here. Thank you for running Lost Mine of Fandelver at the store. Thank you for the artwork that you contribute to the channel, and for the fun and the role play, and for your personality. Yep, Ivalon, thank you for being you. So what we're going to do here is we're working with 1, 2, and 8. I'll roll a D3 and find out which of the numbers we're going to use. So for the race, we're going to make a 3-sided die and roll it. 2. Race number 2, it's an elf. I wonder if it's a high elf. Let's find out with an odds or even roll. Evens. Yes, it is in fact another high elf. Another female high elf. Man, where's King Von Ale when you need him? This is his jam. Hi. Mm-hmm. Dorgrim's waiting for your Greyhawk / Dark Sun / Dragonlance source books. Well, they're going to stick with that modular concept for 5th edition, right? Yep, every DM is different. Some like EXP, some like milestones. So we have 3.5 high elves in this party of 5. Okay, what's up next then? We are going to roll for the alignment of this character. The alignment's really just a percentile. Coffee Cat, I do the same. Again, pardon me for eating here. Alright, you cats are going to get your reward. Your eternal reward. There you go, Boop. I booped the snoot. That's your reward. Now go, you heathens. Fly. Delcorn says Minerva would bite my finger if I tried to boop her. Even if you had food? Like if you had a little bit of like cheese or something on the end of your finger, if you went to go boop the snoot? Oh, she's a biter nipper. Okay. Well, here, for all of you out there, here's a boop for your snoots. There you go. Dorgrim harumps in the corner, silencing himself before he goes on a tirade. Really? No human food that she likes, Delcorin. And yet Tri-C boops cat snoots all the time. We have a neutral good character, by the way. 3.5 high elves. Coming this fall to a D&D campaign near you. What level are they going to be? Let's roll a percentile. 13 indicates level 5. Level 5, level 5. That is then going to go into how many? Well, you have 1 ASI at level 4, or a stat bump. Let's find out. Nope, okay, it's just going to be a stat bump. No feats. Okay, 1, 2, and 8. 1, 2, and 8. This is what we're looking for. I'm going to roll a D3. Because remember, we're doing a tribute to Dark Wolf Sisters for graduating. Which, by the way, good advice. Oh, there she goes. For all of you out there, in the words of Mark Twain, don't let classes get in the way of your education. He might not have done that, but I enjoy that. 2. So this is going to be a Charlatan background. Who has a specialty, like a what's their crime or their con? It's a D6 actually. Let's roll a D6 quickly. Also 2. There we go. Whoops, that's outside the bounds. Wait, Okay, we're still in the orbital platform. Let's go for something a little bit more... There we go. Okay. Charlatan numero 2. She is going to have 2d8 personality traits here. Well, 3 and 3. Okay, I understand that. Let's get something other than a 3. An 8. So 3 and 8 come up. There we go. And now 3d6 other aspects to her. 2, 6, and 3. 2, 6, and 3. There's our placeholders. Doesn't matter what they mean right now. We'll come back to them. Alright, now. Bubonic one. We are running the risk of having a bard, because a bard is number 2 here for classes. And at Dark Wolf Special Request, we're using the numbers 1, 2, and 8. So we're looking at a barbarian, a bard, or a ranger for this character. I'm going to roll a d3, and we're going to find out where it'll be. Oh, yeah, it's their scam, Ivlon? Okay. Ivlon does your RPG stuff digital now, so you don't get cool covers. I do all mine digital as well, but I like the physical books over the digital. Bubonic is hoping for a ranger, please. Buffy really wants a bard. Bubonic is countering with ranger. Alright, let's roll the d3 and find out. 2. 2 is 2, and therefore we have a bard. And specifically of which college, if we look over here, odds it's College of Lore, evens it's College of Valor. Let's roll a d12 for it. Evens. Alright. Evens is College of Valor. Bubonic one says blah. Norton with a mighty null lull. And we didn't even get the lore one. Buffy, Bard hype, sorry, Bubonic one. Dark Wolf says, Bard works, both my sisters were in the school band. Oh, band nerds, okay. Dr. Freakface, I need the physical or I won't be able to play when the internet blows up. That could be any day. Real Dorgrim mumbles something about inept publishers and shoddy glue bindings while pulling his hoodie over his head. Oh, can someone make like a coffee, or can someone like go over and give Dorgrim some tea or something, please? Norton, so are we the Bard's College now? Yeah, we went College of Valor. Oh, and Kitty on Paper sang the national anthem today at the ceremony. Well, I don't know if she's around, but congratulations. Give her here. Pass this along. If she's not around, Dark Wolf, here, come on, fist bump. And then use that fist to fist bump Kitty on Paper. And then, like, as an added bonus, go 1, 2, 3. Right? Hit the rock and make it explode. Well, Doctor, as you're slipping back in the shadows, please do not trip over Dorgrim, who's also lurking there. Let's see, what is next? We have another High Elf. They start at 4'6", and we're going to give them a little bit of extra height in the form of 2d10 inches. We're going to add 10 inches to her height. Therefore, she is 4'16". Hashtag seems legit. In other words, 5'4". We're going to take this same 10 and multiply it by 1d4, 3. So we're adding 30 pounds to 90. So she is 120 lubs. You're going to send a link on Discord, but you need to... Oh, yeah, if you get that trimmed down and you guys are comfortable sharing that, please do so. Well, Norton, you can keep going on adventures. Dark Wolf is handing out EXP. There's some roleplay to do. And I know your new Lich buddy isn't hanging around right now, but it's still something... well, I don't know. King is lurking at least, though he might be over peeking at the 3.5 campaign that Own Dog Games is putting on right now. Alright, there's our height and weight. Now let's find out how old she is. Dark Wolf had asked for either a child prodigy or a young adult, given that it's her younger sisters that have graduated. And so we'll just roll odds or evens. Odds it's child prodigy, evens it's a young adult. And we'll use a D12 again. Evens, so we have a young adult. Young adult for an elf is 100 to 200, and instead of rolling a D100 here, why don't we'll set this at 100, because as her sisters have just graduated, they're officially recognized as young adults emerging into the world. We'll set them at the youngest elven standard to be considered an adult. Oh, but Norton, I mean, if we look here, if you didn't get that balance card, then we never would have had this. You can't deny how adorable this is, Norton. The warg had its revenge. Vengeful of woos. Or at least like cousins to a woos or something along those lines. Alright, we don't need this any longer for random number generation. Let's go to Chapter 4 for background. We had a Charlatan. Here we go. Skill proficiencies, Deception and Sleight of Hand. Tool proficiencies, a Disguise kit, and a Forgery kit. We will be receiving a set of fine clothes. We will be receiving a Disguise kit. Tools of the con of your choice. So if we look here, Charlatan number 2 is I shave coins or forge documents. So I don't know, I guess we'll go Forger. Therefore, you're going to get also a Forgery kit. And a belt pouch with 15 gold. Favorite schemes, which are scams. We determine that up here. They're a forger. or a coin shaver. Yeah, Dark Wolf, that picture that you made to show the peace accord that you and Norton had reached was really, really good. Forging those parent signatures. We have a false identity. So here we have one girl who, you know, she claims to be one sister, but in fact she's the other sister. So you think that this is Kitty on paper? No, this isn't. This is other sister. So yeah, with your false identity, you completely exist in all legal forms and fashions, and even in the memories of other people, as someone completely different. Your dad used to initial your assignment book until the school figured out I was forging it. After that, he started signing, and I would. Oh, jeez. Twin girls pull that other sister stuff all the time. Mystery sistery. There we go. We'll give her a bit of a complex elvish name. Mysteri Sisteri. They aren't even twins. They're close in age, though. We're often confused for twins when they're young. Or if we really want a good pun, then what we do is we go up here. And so steri sisteri, or however you'd like to pronounce that, we can rearrange this too. Because this is a false identity, she simply goes by Kitty on her IDs / paper. Whatever does that name translate into? Devil's Spawn. So we can do Miss Terri Sisteri as her formal elven name. And, of course, on paper, on her ID, she's simply known as Kitty. Okay, false identity. There we go. These are her personality traits. Number 3. Flattery is my preferred trick for getting what I want. As well, it's number 8. I pocket anything I see that might have some value. Her ideal is number 2. Fairness. I never target people who can't afford to lose a few coins. Her bond is number 6. I swindled and ruined a person who didn't deserve it. I seek to atone for my misdeeds, but might never be able to forgive myself. That probably led to her ideal. And her flaw, number 3. I'm convinced that no one could ever fool me the way I fool others. So she goes around with some sass and some confidence. Okay, there is her background. Now let's go back and revisit High Elf. We should have this memorized by now because, again, we have 3.5 High Elves in this party. Let's go to Elf. We have a dex bump. We have age, alignment, size is medium. Speed is 30 feet, therefore, 320. Ooh, that's a quick elf. 30 feet, giving her a climb of 15, a swim of 15, and, well, a fly of 0. Unless I missed something. Dark vision goes out to 60 feet. Keen senses, you have proficiency with perception. As well, you have Fey Ancestry, which gives you advantages versus Charmed. And you cannot be magically put to sleep. Also, you can trance, meaning you can meditate for 4 hours to get the same benefit as sleeping or resting for 8 for a long rest. Languages, we speak Common and Elven. And as a subrace, we're High Elves. Our intelligence score goes up by 1. We do get some elf weapon training. So up here under weapons, we get long/short, both bows and swords. We are going to get a cantrip by virtue of being a High Elf, and an extra language. Excellent. Good progress. Classes. Bard. Extra or Valley, Delcorin. We are a D8 hit die class as bards, and we have 5 of them by virtue of us being a level 5 character. We are going to receive light armor proficiency. Now, I'm looking a little bit ahead. By being a Valor bard, Valley, like totally, we're such a bard. Oh my gods, in the pantheon. We're gonna get medium and also shields. That said, also, because we get simple weapons as a bard normally, you get martial weapon by being a Valor bard. So I'm just gonna put simple and martial up here. Yeah, like whatever. I'm a Valley bard. I'm not one of those basic bards. Thank you. Delcorn goes back to posting photos of his overpriced tiny food on Instagram. Tools. We get 3 musical instruments of our choice. Which instruments did your do your sisters play, Dark Wolf? Dexterity and charisma are our saving throw proficiencies. And we get to choose any 3 skills. Woo. What would we choose? Let's see. Flattery is my preferred trick for getting what I want. I pocket anything I see, then sounds like sleight of hand. Yep, we have that. We have flattery, I guess, is deception. That could also be persuasion. Fairness, I never target people who can't afford to lose a few coins. Maybe insight. I swindled and ruined a person who didn't deserve it. I seek to atone for my misdeeds, but might never be able to forgive myself. That could be religion, right? She's studying ways to atone the past deeds. I'm convinced no one could ever fool me the way I fool others. So definitely insight. Insight, persuasion, and religion, I think, are sounding. Oh, flags and batons. Okay, gotcha. Let's see. She is going to be probably more of a dex, especially if they're majorettes and they're baton twirling and all that. Why don't we make a dex-based Valor Bard, and we'll give them a rapier, an entertainer's pack, a musical instrument of some kind. So, KOP really likes ukuleles and pianos. Well, Delcorin, a while ago, Delcorin posted a picture of a way that a bard can have a traveling piano. Although, why don't we just give her a ukulele? So we'll go ukulele, piano, or harpsichord, whatever you'd like. And we'll give them something else. Rycon, hello. So Rycon, mostly everything has fled my skull, including some of my senses and thoughts. So aside from me derping out a little bit on the stream, we've had a really awesome night. All of part 1 was a conversation of, we went into the origin of our numeral system. We talked about military experience and family members who may have had some of that and other stories. It was really great. All right, so we'll give ukulele, piano, and horn. I'm still kind of sniffly, but I'm over the worst of the symptoms, Rycon. So I'm going to try and go for a longer stream tonight. Buffy, give her a vuvuzela. That way you can terrify your enemy and they know you're coming. We're going to get some leather armor and a dagger. Thank you, Rycon. And yeah, you had an idea for a bard, animal trophy hunter. It'd have ivory instruments or instruments made out of different monsters. That would be really good if you had a bard with the Outlands background. Because actually you get an animal trophy by virtue of, not that you can't just acquire one over the course of a game or whatnot. But you start, and that shows that you've spent time in the wilds. And if I recall correctly, also, Rycon, if you're an Outlander, you actually do get proficiency in an instrument of some kind. Alright, we are going to get some spell casting. Not going to worry about that just yet. We're 5th level, so this is what we're looking at right here. We know 3 cantrips. So we have our 1 from being a high elf. 1, a 2, a 3. 3. Our proficiency bonus is a 3. Our bardic inspiration, which will also be combat inspiration by virtue of being a valley bard. These are going to be D8s. We are going to be receiving, in this case, she is a Jill of all trades, as well as Song of Rest, which are D6s right now. That's extra hit point recovery if you're spending hit dice between battles. And what Jack of all trades, or in this case Jill of all trades, does, any skills in which you are not proficient, you can add half of your proficiency rounded down. It's really good. And by level 5, we will also receive Font of Inspiration. Oh, we're also going to receive Expertise in 2 skills. So, of the skills in which she is proficient, Sleight of Hand, Religion, Insight, Perception, Deception, or Persuasion, she is going to get to add her proficiency bonus twice. Dorgrim provided a link here. My sister and her daughter, Nathan Fillion, theme song they wrote for the ukulele. Oh. We'll, oh, it's only 36 seconds? Alright, we'll give this a listen real quick. Let's play this. That's really neat. Wow, nice. Look at that, too. 24,000 views, Dorgrim. Whew. Pretty good. Thank you for sharing that, man. A ringtone? Oh, geez. Yeah, at that length, I imagine so. After FOV, what is the bonus with the enchanted tools? Or what's the bonus with the enchanted Tootsie roll pop? I guess that just might give us a little bit of intelligence or wisdom to learn how many licks it takes to get to the center. And Memory Lapse is getting into the song. I want to play your my bard again, says Coffee Cats. He wasn't as good a fit for the game he was in, though. Oh. Dark Wolf is thinking deception for false identity. Rykon the Outlander indeed gets a trophy and instrument. Definitely going to add this bard idea to one of my adventuring groups. If you get to play this character, Rykon, please let us know how it goes. I love hearing stories from the tabletop. Dorgrim says my niece and her sister are really creative. Former painter. Oh, Ladder of Potter. Interesting. Yeah, the owl only took 3. Dark Wolf is thinking that deception is going to get expertise. We get 1 more, probably sleight of hand, if she pockets anything that might have some value. And she's so good at swindling, whether physically with her hands or verbally with her words, that she feels guilty about it. So I think this works out. Okay. Here is College of Valor. We gain proficiency with medium armor, shields, and martial weapons, and combat inspiration. We can use our bardic inspiration in a different fashion, and I already included that down here. Okay, now let's see. We need to fill in some stats. If you remember, we use the standard array of 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, 8. I would say, Charisma's probably going to be the highest at a 15. Maybe then a 14 for Dex. Let's go 13 Wisdom. 10, we'll go 12 Con and 8 Strength. Now, if any of you out there have a different concept for a stat spread for this bard, please throw it out there. Hey, Dark Wolf, if you have a different idea, if you think that some things should be rearranged, let me know as well. But right now, I have 8, 14, 12, 10, 13, 15. If we do this, this is going to give her an 11 intelligence and a 16 dexterity. And if we're going to apply our ability score improvement at level 4, that means that we can round up, we could probably round up Charisma to a 16 and Wisdom to a 14. And maybe at a future level, we can put something into Intelligence or some of the other stats. So right now, this means that we have a -1 Strength, 3 Dex, 1 Con, 0 Int, 2 Wisdom, and 3 Charisma. You think swap Wisdom and Intelligence? All right, so if we do that, this would actually go up to a 15, and this would be a 10. So that would be 0, and that would be 2. There we go. That works. -1 saving throw and athletics. I'm sorry, not athletics. We are not proficient. However, we are a Jill of all trades, meaning that we get half rounded down. In other words, we get to add 1 to our skills in which we are not proficient. Therefore, the saving throw might be -1, but the skill is 0. This is going to be a 6 for the saving throw, 3 off of Dex, 3 plus proficiency. However, sleight of hand we have expertise in, so it's going to be 3, 3, and 3, and so we're getting a 9 at sleight of hand. Acrobatics are going to get the 3 and an extra 1 from Jack of all trades, therefore a 4, and stealth is going to be the same. Constitution is a 1. Intelligence is going to be a 2 for the saving throw, 5 for the proficiency, and a 3 for everything else. There we go. Wisdom saving throw is 0. Animal handling, however, is going to be 1, as will medicine and survival. Insight will be 3, and perception will be 3. Lastly, our charisma skills. Our saving throw will be 6. Our deception will be 3, and 3 again for expertise. Plus 3 is 9. That means our persuasion is 6, and our intimidation is 4, and performance is 4, because 3 from charisma and 1 from Jack of all trades. Keep in mind that initiative, Dorgrim is lurking, but in the spirit of Dorgrim, I am summoning Dorgrim from the shadows. Remember, he says, dexterity is an ability check, and therefore, yes, that is true. As Dorgrim is saying from beyond the shadows, it is also getting the stat bump, or the bump from Jack of all trades. Therefore, instead of the normal 3 you would get, you are actually going to get a +4 initiative. What artisan's tools are for carving monsters? Well, if you want to go something like carpentry tools, you could do some whittling. Here, let's go real quick over to that to answer that question. This is going to flash a little bit. Hang on. There we go. Carpenter's tools. Let's see. Maybe jeweler's tools or leather worker's tools, depending. Masons could possibly. There could be tinkers. Here we go. There is specifically a wood carver's tool set. It only costs 1 gold piece at that. Dorgrim, hey, give me back my SRD sim stick. So Dr. Freakface, it's going to depend on the role of that soldier. Spears would be for frontline people, and you'd have pikes if they are going to be anti-cavalry or some kind of maybe ladder defense on a wall, so they can poke at people climbing up ladders from a distance. Oh, carving monsters as in getting hide from them? Probably then something like leather workers' tools, or even cook's utensils, in order to, like carve and scrape away meat and bone and all that. They stand behind shieldmen, so then I would go for pikes, so that they have reach. Because your shieldmen are probably going to be shield and spear, then you're going to have your pikemen behind them. No problem, Freakface. I say that with respect and friendship at that. How many times do you hear that? You're like, no problem, Freakface. Catch you later, Freakface. That's why this place is so magical. Our passive perception is 13, because it's 10 plus your perception modifier for your natural awareness. Hit points we can determine. You get 8 as a D8 hit die class at first level. Then you get, for the remaining levels, therefore 4, because we're a 5th level character, you get half plus 1 of your hit dice. So 5, right? 4 divided by 2 is 4. 8 divided by 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. And then for every level, therefore 5 times, you get your Constitution bonus as a some bonus hit die, or some bonus hit points. So we have 8 plus 20 plus 1. Easy math. 29. We can calculate our armor class. She is wearing leather armor, which is giving her an 11 plus her dex. Therefore, she has a 14. And it can go up higher if she's wielding a shield. Rapiers and daggers are finesse weapons, meaning we can use dexterity, even though they are melee weapons. Therefore, she's going to be swinging with a +6. Why is 6? Well, 3 is from dex, and 3 is because she's proficient with the weapon. Uh, 1d8 plus 3. Remember, you get your modifier from whether strength or dex, or if it's a spell and it allows it, you get your spellcasting modifier to bonus damage. Daggers are 1d4 plus 3 piercing. All right, good progress. Let's go back to Zebards. By 5th level, we get 432 for spell slots. That is how many times per long rest you can cast the spells that you know. To attack with a spell, because we're proficient, it's going to be charisma, because we're a charisma-based caster. So 3 plus 3 is +6. And to figure out saves against your spell effects, you simply add 8 to whatever your attack is. In this case, it's going to be 14. We get a number of bardic inspiration / combat inspiration equal to our charisma modifier. Minimum 1. Rycon, the parties we make are a mix of levels by virtue that we're making every character independently. Though when we present the campaign, we're presuming they're all the same level as they advance together as a party. Spellcasting is off of a Cha. We are a bard. Spell save was 14, and the attack bonus is a 6. We have BI / CI. We get to use 3 times. Cantrips, as a high elf, we get 1. And then we had 1, 2, and 3. Spell slots were 432 at this level. And now to determine your bard spells that you know, you see here at first level you learn 4 spells. So if you do this to label at which point you received your spells, it'll help keep things organized. So there we go. Now at level 2, you see that we go from 4 spells known to 5. Therefore, we're picking 1 up. However, it has to be first level because we're not capable yet of casting second level spells. So we go here and we change this to a 2. Now at 3rd level, you can see that we pick up another spell, and this one can be level 2 if we wish. If you want to put your level 3, your character level 3 spell known in your level 1 slot. Sorry, I'm starting to get into a derpy moment here. You can do so. Though, for sake of showing what we're doing, there's level 3, there's level 4, and on the odd levels you get a new slot. There we go. 3, 4, and 5. Now, for a bard, the spells that you know are almost going to be like a diary of where you've been, what you're doing, or whatever adventures you're finding yourself getting involved in, right? You can swap spells between levels, though the spells are kind of part of you because you're casting them. They're like stories that you know. And so they're more fixed than for something like druids or clerics. So your spell sheet is going to act as a bit of a diary. And if you were to hand that to someone, then they could see possibly where you've been or the dangers you've faced or the opportunities that you're seeing for yourself. All right, so with the exception of filling in the spells, which I don't want to do right now, like we have the slots for them and we can consider that. We have finished our 5th level College of Valor Bard. And this is a bard that we've made for this week's party, though it is in honor of Dark Wolf's sisters who graduated from high school today. So congratulations on that. Okay, so what am I going to do next? Well, Ivalon, if you're still around, I am going to take about a 5-minute break. I'm going to get up. I might be a couple minutes longer if I have to use the restroom or something. I'm going to get up. I'm going to go grab the free RPG Day box that I got at the store today, and we can do a bit of an unboxing. To see what content lies in store for, well, your friendly local game store if they've participated. Okay? So hang tight. I'll be back shortly, and I will have some goodies with me. Okay, no problem, Dark Wolf.